Have you ever been talking to someone and suddenly realized that they were mad at you? You think they're kidding, and so you're kind of just saying, yeah, and then all of a sudden they keep talking, and you're like, oh, they're actually mad at me.
Oh, yeah, I don't put up with that. What do you do? What do you do in that situation?
I haven't had it happen that many times. I'm not going to get into details.
You have to just double down. That's how you deal with them.
I will say that I was placed in a situation where I was with somebody and I was also with their mutual friend.
Yes.
And their mutual friend was mad at the friend.
Yeah.
But took it out on me. And so I was so like flummoxed.
So he was mad at you, but he was really mad at the other guy. He was
mad at his friend. Okay. But he was like talking bad about our friend to me. But he was mad at me, like, because I was a part of it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, so he gets like halfway through his rant. I'm like, oh, he's actually mad. And so this is the first time I ever met this guy. And this dude, I mean, it was straight like beta energy. I'm a short guy.
Okay.
But this guy was like shorter than me, which I feel like I'm right at that level.
Well, the height doesn't matter as much as the energy.
Yeah.
His energy just come across as like he's just a wimpy kid.
Yeah. It was just like I'm not gonna say this to his face, but I'm just gonna talk to you and be like as if and I was just so confused. I was like, anytime that kind of thing happens where somebody is mad at me, it bothers me for the rest of the day. I was more than I was bothered by it. I was bothered that I was bothered by it. I was like, I shouldn't think for 1 second about this little
poser.
Why does this bother me? Anyways, so it finally convinced me to start lifting.
Oh, so now we've got the weights out there. You're using the machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's fine because I had a goal for this year to be able to bench press, I don't remember how much by the end of the year. And I still haven't started. I had to get the garage all clean and everything.
Which you did. It looks great.
Which I finally did that. I've gotten to the point where I walk and run so much, I've lost so much weight that I just look like a scrawny person. And it finally just dawned on me, as this guy was yelling at me, I was like, one, I don't like that it bothers me even when someone like this is upset at me.
If it came to blows.
Yeah. And
you have to control it.
Right. I did. Like part of it was just like, I don't want to ever even remotely have the vibe of this dude.
Oh, I see. You don't want to ever give off that energy to somebody.
I was just like, I just couldn't believe it. And it was like one of those things too where like as soon as I met this guy, I was like, oh, this is the kind of guy who talks nice about you.
Yes.
Or talks nice to you, but will say anything. But, that was just the vibe. And so then when it was like happening in front of me, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's frustrating.
I'm hoping that I'm not doing the exact same thing. I'm trying to be as generic as possible. This could be about anybody.
Okay. I think the people watching know exactly who you're talking about.
Do they? You think so?
Yeah. Both people. And exactly where you were and what you were doing.
Yeah. We could tell any kind of story on this show. None of our friends watch this show.
No,
we could tell any story. Nobody cares.